Welcome to 30 Minutes with Coach Tibbles.
So who are you and what do you do?
I am Coach Tibbles. I have been a personal trainer and online coach. Well, personal trainer for 7 or so years, online coach for around 3 or 4 of those now. And I help people get into the best shapes of their lives, show them that they have some form of control over their life, even when they feel like they don't, and try and show people that fitness doesn't have to be a slog, a difficult kind of journey. It's all about having fun, enjoying yourself, and getting fitter and looking better whilst doing it.
Where did the idea of coaching start? How did you get into it?
I don't think there was ever a particular day or set moment I ever wanted to get into coaching. The best thing of what I can relate it to now is giving people, not even giving people, finding my way of helping people or giving people me and showing people that it can be okay to do whatever you really want. And whether it's a form of getting fitter, being more confident, sorting out mental problems, dealing with stuff that's going on at home or with relationships or anything like that, it's giving people that little bit of freedom, giving someone to bounce ideas off of, talk to people and show them that yes, lots of things are going on in their life and people, or they might find that people don't care about them, but people do, and it doesn't matter who it is, but the people that I work with is showing them the level of care that someone can have for them. So I don't think there was ever a particular time or moment or memory that I can think of going, this is why I train people, but showing people that you can care and show love for people, no matter how long you've known them, how little amount of time you've spent with them, that you can always want what's best for someone, even if you don't know them.
What was your home life like? Were you into fitness as a kid or was it something you found when you were older?
I've always been a very active kid. I've always been doing sports. That was one thing my mum drilled into me from a very young age of like, always be doing something. I think there were reasons for that, which was to try and get me out of the house. But I've done lots of different sports, from roller skating, named one thing and I forgot the rest, skateboarding, BMXing, I've done karate, tennis, judo, then went into horse riding, then went into football, and then my football was probably the thing that stayed with me for the most amount of my time of my life, probably from 12 till 18, 19, and then I then transitioned into fitness, well-being, gym, that kind of stuff. Obviously I was doing that before when I was 14, but I've always been active, always been very hands-on, always been very moving around, very touchy in that way. I like using my hands, I like using my body. Never been the best academically, so it's kind of fitted into my role of work really well. So from PTing or coaching, I can help people with different forms of sports, or are comfortable to maneuver people around, make sure they're doing their technique and stuff right for exercises like training.
What was your favourite sport out of all of the ones you just said when you were a kid, other than football?
Other than football, probably the fact of actually going in to the gym and actually the element of training. I didn't have to rely on anyone else. I could go in, do it on my own, and whatever work that I put in is what I got out. So I think the fact that I didn't have to rely on anyone else, the fact that the weight training was all down to me, my capabilities, my own growth, that's probably the part that I enjoyed the most and probably taught me the most. So that's probably why I relate to it as much.
Do you feel like training people in the gym was something you were always going to end up doing based on how much you enjoyed being in the gym yourself?
Probably not. Like, I can't say it was the be all end all, the thing that I was finally going to do, but it's a place where I found comfort and the area that I found that I can help people in my way. So maybe I was made for it, but it doesn't mean it's the only thing I'll ever be able to do.
And touching back on what you said a minute ago as well about your mum took you to all of these things to get you out of the house. Was that because you were a bad kid or just because she tried to keep you active?
Mostly tried to keep me active, but mostly keeping me out of my family home. Dealing with my father, who is very emotionally abusive and not the best of fathers. So trying to keep me out of my home, the place where I'm trying to grow up as a kid, makes you feel like you don't belong anywhere. And that's things of stuff that I deal with now, of never feeling like enough and those kind of things, and never feeling like you fit in certain places, because you get pushed around a lot. But you still have your base home of that's the place you call home, but you don't get to be there, you don't get to treat it like a home.
So then when you found the gym, did that feel like a home environment?
100%.
Be safe?
It's definitely my second home, and the amount of time that I spend in there, even from now or previous times, the amount of people that say you live here, and that is very true. It is my place of comfort. It's the place that I've found that has never let me down, and I guess it's maybe the first thing that I managed to hold on to that gave me some sense of purpose or some sense of like safety. So most likely, yeah.
And is that why you like helping people so much from a work point of view as well, because you know what the gym did for you?
Yeah, I definitely think so. The amount the gym has done for me mentally, physically, but also in a way financially as well. It's given me my career, and the fact that I'm able to use that and that place of home and safety to be my career and help other people, it makes it so you feel like you never work a day in your life. Like the element where I can actually go, I get to go home and work. I think it helped me a lot.
So what was the moment from all of that where you knew you wanted to pursue this as a career?
Oh, the moment I knew. I don't think I have a particular time. You can relate it back to memories of helping your first person or being yourself and helping someone. But I can't think there was ever a particular set time or day where I was like, this is it. But I have had many thoughts of like, so much of my life has led to this point, which makes so much sense. So many comments of me being a kid, or so many thoughts of me being a kid, and then growing up as an adult has led me to where I am, and all fits together like a nice big jigsaw puzzle. It all kind of accumulates into one like picture and makes sense.
What is the hardest part of your job?
Probably the part that is very lonely. Like what I do, it is, yes, it's me talking and dealing with people, which is inherently very communal based, but trying to find my sense of where I fit into all of that. Am I someone's friend? Am I someone's best friend? Am I just someone's coach? Am I just a trainer they see in the gym? Or am I an acquaintance? And that kind of thing. The hardest thing is finding where you fit, and that's a lot of what I work on in life at the moment, is trying to find out what I want specifically. Don't know if this particularly relates to the fact of my work, but I think it does come into an area of consideration of like, what's the boundaries with people? And at the end of the day, it just comes down to me and what I want, and it's trying to find what that is. As people always like to tell me, I'm still very young. I still feel a lot younger than what I actually am, but trying to find the area of where I fit in and what I personally need from everything, that's probably the hardest part.
we've been told that you have golden retriever energy. That's been said quite a few times. What are your thoughts on that?
I love dogs. Golden retriever energy. Yeah, I can see that. I understand it. It's the excited element to my personality. I got told, I think it was a couple of days ago now, I have a whimsical element to me, which is very golden retriever-esque. But then that is just me being me. I enjoy people. I enjoy people's company. I get in charge. That's not the right word, but you get what I'm saying. I enjoy people. I enjoy people having a good time. I enjoy people laughing. I like making people smile. I like making people laugh. And alongside that, I like making myself laugh. And if me being me, making jokes and stuff like that, if people don't like it, that's fine. But it makes me laugh. And that's the important part. And that's a big element to being golden retriever energy. They don't care about what anyone thinks. They're just being them.
Is it hard to not care what people think when you work in an industry that is solely dependent on people liking you for them to buy from you or to be coached by you?
I wouldn't say it's solely dependent. Like, realistically, you can be a dick but get results. So if you're liked or not, it doesn't overly matter as long as you're delivering. But there is a massive element to, if people just think you're a dick as a person, they're not going to want to be trained by you. They're not going to want to talk to you. You make everyone else a bit more miserable. So there is an element, but then if you're still delivering in terms of being a dick, like if I was a dick of a coach, there are points where I have to be. There's points where you have to tell people it's straight. And yes, that's being a dick, and people don't like that element, but at the end of the day, it actually comes round to people you being an honest person, people actually liking that. So there are elements to where you need to be liked in this industry, in fitness, but a lot of the times, as long as you're delivering for the people that trust you, I would say no.
What has the gym actually taught you about life in general?
The gym has taught me that big circles equal big muscles. Michael wanted me to talk a lot more about that, but I'm going to refuse to.
He's not.
Oh,
He's going to answer it.
I've been told. The fact that discipline and doing things that you don't want to do actually lead to results that you never thought you could have. And that can go from as simple as going on a walk and clearing your mind compared to 5 years worth of work of weight training, dieting, all that element of discipline. You do it dead on for all that time, and then you can go and compete or in bodybuilding or powerlifting, or if you really want to, you can go do high rocks, a marathon, all those kind of things. The element of gym or training gives you discipline for other aspects of your life, and it's going to help in other areas. So even if it's not related to gym, the very fact that you are a more disciplined person, you're going to have healthier habits. You're going to stand up for yourself more. Let's say you go to a social event, everyone's drinking, and they say, "Do you want a drink?" And you say, "Not really. Don't really want that." And I've done a lot of this myself. Haven't drunk any time since COVID, and that's probably going to still be the case. But I go to social events or go and do anything. I spend time with my family. I remember there was a time when my sister came back from Mexico, and she brought some form of liquor from Mexico and asked me to have it just to try it. I was like, I just don't really want it. Like, it's not gonna do anything for me. It's not gonna satisfy any kind of urge or need. If anything, that element of discipline of I don't really drink and I don't need to is more of a powerful thing, more of a mental message, rather than just giving into peer pressure, because that is me, that is who I am, that's what I want, and it gives me more of a sense of purpose of me. So the gym training allows me to be authentically me with discipline and gives me purpose.
You obviously mentioned earlier about how volatile the household was growing up.
Mm.
How do you think that molded and shaped you now as an adult? What do you think those things did for you that now directly to relate to who you are and what you do?
I mean, it gives you lots of complications with things. The instant one that I've recently noticed that I can speak about is whenever I've eaten food, I oftentimes don't like people talking to me while I eat, and I now understand where that's come from. And as bad as it sounds, I would go down for dinner with my family, and my dad would already be shouting, being all like aggressive, shouting abuse at everyone, me, mum, siblings, all that kind of stuff. And we would sit there and eat, and he would be shouting at us, shouting at the TV, just all that kind of shit. And I now have realised why I have that. And mate, I'm 25 now. I just called you mate. I'm 25 now. I sit down, and if I was eating with my ex or if I eat with people and friends now, I would be like, can you not talk to me while I eat? And I've never made the connection, but I'm, how many years is that? Like 10 plus years, and I'm still finding out how much that stuff has fucked me up mentally. And I can't actually remember your question again now, Michael. I'm going on a tangent, but I've realised how much that has messed me up, and the issues I now have, and the trying to correct that behaviour. And that's not fun. It's not comfortable, and it's really shit of knowing I grew up with that and I've had to deal with it. I shouldn't have had to deal with it, but that's me. That's who I am. That's what I now have to deal with. And those kind of things leak into other parts of your life. Other areas of feeling most likely uncomfortable in social situations. I also get very closed off with my family because of the stuff that has happened. And that kind of leaks into relationships as well for me, which is when people start getting close to me, see that area of my life, see my family, see what they're like, find out what the dynamics are like. It makes me embarrassed and closed off of where I came from, who I am. But then I am now learning that doesn't have to be who I am. And I literally wear my family's name on my chest. And just because that's happened in the past doesn't mean I can't bring round a better future for it. And this is me, this is my name. And yeah, it doesn't mean I can't change it. I'd love to have my family, kids, that kind of stuff, where I can actually bring that to a better place and prove not only to myself but to them that just because you're a dick doesn't mean you have to continue to be.
What have you done personally to navigate all of that to be where you are now?
Simplest terms, fucked up a lot. There is no set way of dealing with things and issues and your own mind, your own personality, the person who you were when you were 16, 10, 5, whatever age, and then how you are now. Those things are deep rooted, and dealing with it is very different for everyone. I've done therapy. I train on a regular basis, sometimes to points where most people wouldn't. And maybe that's because my mental state is I want to be better and I want to fix myself, which at the end of the day is great, but the person that I am doesn't actually need to be fixed. But dealing with it is difficult, and it's different for everyone. So there's no set way of dealing with things because everyone has different problems. You've got body dysmorphia, depression, eating disorders. You have some people that self-harm. There's loads of different things, and everyone's going to have different deep-rooted problems and deal with them differently. Some people might experience love and like caring, like being cared for and receiving love as their way of healing. Some people might just need the honest truth and to be told straight how it is. And there is no set way that's going to be for everyone. It's about finding it, finding your stretch zones, finding, okay, this makes me uncomfortable. Why? Why is that an issue? Why do I sit down and eat a meal and I don't want people to talk to me? Ask the questions, which is hard because we want to ignore everything. We just want to brush it under the rug, and that's something I hear and see from so many people, because it's, oh, it's fine, I'll deal with it later, or, oh, don't worry about that. It's going to upset you, it's going to affect you, and then it might ruin your day. And then you go, and someone might ask you, what's going on with you? Why is your day bad? You don't actually know because you haven't dealt with the problem. So dealing with things is difficult, and it's finding your ways of dealing with it.
From experiencing all of that, going through all of that to where you are now, what is your goal for the future?
For me, being happy, which is a whole different ball game. But for Coach Tibbles, I want a brand or a community for where people can actually talk about issues, or even if you don't want to talk about issues, go out and do things with people. I've recently done my first ever photo shoot. I did 2 communal walks on the heatwave recently. I want to do more things. I want to be able to go out and do things with people, go out for meals, go bowling. I want to do things like go ape or go-karting, that kind of stuff. Just for where, even if you don't want to talk, it's having people around in similar situations, or people that just want to work on themselves, because that's all we can do. We all want to work on ourselves, and I want to be able to have a community of people to where we can turn up, not have to worry about what the actual issues are, but if we want to talk about them, we can, but be somewhere, do an activity, do something together, and if we want to chat, we can, and realise that we are the captain of our own ship. We set the sail of where we're going, and if you're not happy with where you are, you have the control of where to put yourself or the areas to fix, and only you can answer those questions for you. Deep down, you have to filter things out, realize where things are, realize where you are, and actually having that community of having people doing things doesn't have to be gym related. It could be anything at all, and it's having those people around that I want to be able to have that, not only for me, but also to show other people they can have a community, be safe, talk about things around what's going on. And that's kind of what I want from Coach Tibbles, from the brand. Obviously, yes, I would love to be able to own my own gym, do regular photo shoots, maybe possibly compete for me, not currently something in the question, but those are all aspirations, and I'd love to have that community with people and be able to share it with people that I care about.
What about for you personally? What are the goals for you on a personal level?
Me on a personal level, biggest one is most definitely trying to be happy. And
explain what you mean by that, by happy. What does that look like?
Happy is enjoying the little things and realizing life's not that tough. That everyone's got shit going on, everyone's got stuff that they're going to be working through, and at the end of the day, it's all not really that deep. It's all not really that deep. It's not really that deep. Everyone's got stuff. People pass away, you lose friends, you lose loved ones, you change groups, you leave different people and you leave different situations. And at the end of the day, as long as you're doing yourself the justice of this is what I want and this is what I want to try and do, that I would say that's what's being happy. being happy is, this doesn't work for me, so I'm going to go do something about it. And you then try the next thing. You're like, this still didn't make me happy. I'm going to go try something else. And you do it again. And then you realize, oh, the thing that's actually affecting me is this thought process, or it's actually these people in my life. You have to change things around and realize if you're not happy, deal with it. If you are happy, then great. Keep doing more of that. And I see a lot of it. I see a lot of people that are really, really fucking miserable. Life's not that deep. Enjoy yourself. Yes, we're gonna have shit days. Can you change anything about it? Most likely not. So enjoy it. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. This has been the first ever 30 minutes with Tibbles on the Coach Tibbles YouTube channel. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Peace out.